What is up, everybody? This is a little bit different than what we normally do, I suppose. But we're going to talk about good things that happened in the Oscars. Obviously, there's a lot of negativity surrounding the Oscars. Big surprise. Not really, but I just feel like it's been very cyclical and like, they didn't nominate this and people get mad. So just for a second, we talk about maybe the good things, the nice surprises that got nominated. But Margot, I'll let you have the star of the show if we want to talk about the triumphant animation category.
Yes, this is in the shining like star in a pile of shit that is the Oscars nominations is the animated feature category.
The glow up from Boss Baby 2 years prior.
Oh yeah, like there were some good animated movies that came out this year, and obviously Disney had like all their stuff with Toy Story and Frozen 2 and Lion King, which is an animated movie. I don't care what anyone says. That like it's an animated movie. So I was expecting like Klaus or I Lost My Body to get snubbed so that Frozen 2 could be in there, and then they announced it and it was How to Train Your Dragon 3, I Lost My Body, Klaus Missing Link, and Toy Story 4, and no Frozen. I was like,
Woo!
hell yeah, fuck Disney. This is great.
Which, you know what's funny is like I wouldn't have really cared if Frozen 2 had been nominated. But like it's almost like that because I liked Frozen 2 quite a bit. But it's almost like, hey, no one's ever gonna see Klaus and I Lost My Body unless you shout them out. So like give us that small little bit.
Yeah, like I still think Toy Story 4 is going to win because as much as I don't like the story, I do think that the animation was like absolutely stunning, and the way they did the lighting was like incredible. Like there were so many shots where it was just like a bunch of lights, and I could like literally hear Pixar like in my ear going like, "For your consideration for best animated feature." Like
We're that good.
yeah, I think they're gonna win, but I think it's great that it was a very diverse pool of animated movies with
For
like
sure.
two 3D animated movies, two 2D animated movies, and one stop motion. Like,
Which okay,
it heals me.
was Kubo nominated the year that
I
it came
think
out,
it
correct?
was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I was wondering a little bit. Okay, the animation in Missing Link is incredible and like so diverse in their stop motion sets that they use. Like, great job on them being like so meticulous. The only thing is that film's a little forgettable.
It is, especially because there were like 3 animated like Yeti stories, that came out in a row.
Like it's not the best Leica.
Yeah, but I mean, out of all of the Yeti stories, it was probably my favorite.
All I'm saying, Lindsay, is it didn't have Will Smith having a cloaca, so
please.
Oh god,
I'm so glad Spies in Disguise isn't here.
I forgot that movie came out this year.
Yeah, came out in December. No, but the only one I would have thrown out instead of Missing Link, which is still like worthy. I'm not too upset with that. I saw Promare, and anime.
I've heard very good things.
Yeah, the animation's incredible. But it's from Studio Trigger, and they have spectacular.
They're so good.
Yeah. But the only thing is like the Oscars, besides, I'm trying to think if they have any others besides the Studio Ghibli films. I think they're like, nah, we don't know when anime comes out because weird.
Mirai was nominated.
Yeah,
it was. That's right. Thank you. I almost left that off. That was a great add-in that they put. I don't know. I'm just glad that they're sort of headed in a bit of a course correction.
Yeah. Here's my hot take for animation and the Oscars. I do like that there's specifically a category for animated movies because I know otherwise they wouldn't get nominated for like Best Picture and stuff like that. But I do think that they should be like treated like every other movie, and I would like to see animated movies like get nominated for like production design because
for sure.
You have to build all those assets if it's like 3D or stop motion, and then if it's 2D you have to make sure they stay in the same space and like keep
Spider-Verse for
spatial
editing.
Consistency. Yeah, editing.
I was gonna say, I think it's like Spirited Away is like the only thing that was ever nominated for like Best Picture, right? That was animated, or I could be wrong.
Toy Story 3 was.
Toy Story and Up. Toy Story 3
Up,
and Up.
Right? Yeah. Okay, which is interesting.
Yeah, But I wish it was like spread out more. And then like even for like categories that I do think animated movies get, like score, I think I Lost My Body should have got a score nomination. But
I would actually agree with that. And I think the difficulty or the issue here is they do the same thing. I mean, obviously, like we've had 2 very standout years, but I feel like the Oscars actually do the same thing with foreign films category because they're like, oh well, it got nominated for foreign films, so like it doesn't have to be nominated for other stuff.
But like animated movies deserve more, and I think
for sure
I Lost My Body being nominated was really great because it's not like a kids movie; it's about like more adult subjects.
Yeah, it has no chance of winning though.
It does not. It really doesn't. But I think it's cool that it was nominated because it's not just a kids movie, and it shows that animation isn't just a children's like
also
medium.
Big for Netflix that they're 2 Netflix animated films.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, what's a positive that you have from these nominees?
A positive. Rocket Man got a song nomination.
Hey!
And I think it could win it because these other songs are songs.
But it's also hosted by ABC, who's owned by the mouse. It could go to Frozen 2. I don't see it going to any of the others.
Yeah, it could go to Frozen 2, but I wouldn't be that mad about that because I did like Into the Unknown.
I mean, it's
Parasite got 6 nominations, which is really cool.
Oh yes,
that's true.
I like that a lot.
The only thing I was actually going to throw out with that is I think it could have got nominated for more. But
absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah,
6 nominees is awesome. Like, Bong Joon-ho was ecstatic today. The rest of the what is it? The studio that produced this, I cannot remember the name. Yeah, Neon was super elated that they were throwing a ton of stuff out. It was really cool to see.
Yeah. I have a question. So, makeup and hairstyling is usually only 3 nominees. Did they change that this year?
I think they changed it last. Actually, I think they changed it this year.
That's cool. I was always wondering why it was only 3, so I'm glad it's 5 now.
Really
I feel
weird.
like costumes was 3 too. But
no, it was only makeup and hairstyling. So I was like, why are they shorting them?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that this year there's 5.
I don't know if you've noticed this. If you want to, fellow listener, if you want to play a little game at home while you're watching the Oscars, the people who win that category are usually the first ones to get played off. Every single year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, every single year.
I'll have to watch for that.
I just noticed that. I think that's where Bombshell win. Now that I'm looking at the category.
Yeah.
Bombshell's definitely going to win makeup.
I think it will because
sure.
my whole theory is that pretty much everything that gets nominated for Best Picture or like gets nominated for a bunch of stuff wins somewhere, and I don't see it winning anywhere else.
The Academy loves like when makeup people make one person look like another person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looked just like Megan Kelly.
It was crazy. Like I didn't even recognize her as Charlize Theron.
I thought I'm not gonna lie, if we're talking about that category, there's a couple of these Joker getting 11 nominees. Like, I really like the Joker. I just feel like the Academy was like trying hard to include it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, why did he get a costume nomination?
Yeah.
That's
what I want.
Why did he get a costume nomination and Rocket Man didn't?
I wouldn't even throw in like makeup and hairstyling. I don't know, like Joaquin Phoenix's hair is greasy, I guess.
It's green for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would have you're right, Lindsay. Rocket Man deserves to be.
There were so many costumes.
I was like,
so many costumes that were so good.
I was like, Rocket Man for sure has costumes in the.
They nominated the Irishmen. They wear suits, just like normal suits,
but they look like the Irishmen.
Oh my god!
They look more Irish.
At least Joker had a cool suit. The Irishmen had just normal suits.
Well, it's one cool suit versus many regular looking suits.
Many regular suits, Lindsay. There were
those rings.
Suits.
Those rings,
Of course. How can you forget the ring?
How can you forget that? Come on.
Oh my god, but Taryn had a whole angel devil orange jumpsuit thing with
That's
wings.
literally what I was thinking of for costumes for Rocket Man.
Yeah, no, that movie plays itself for like what gets like what to show to be like, hey, look at this achievement. I have another positive I can throw out there. Even though I didn't love this film as much as tons of other people have, I'm glad it got more than 0 nominees, and The Lighthouse got nominated for cinematography.
Yeah.
It's not gonna win, but it's cool.
We're all
it's for
happy
sure
here.
not gonna win.
Yeah, I mean 1917 is gonna win, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I mean the
Deakins
cinematography in
is
1917 was tasty as hell.
The only thing I'd throw out here is for that one, I feel like Parasite not being included in this is really weird. Just because I don't know, that movie is art.
But those Irishmen.
Yeah, that's true.
And
the
that,
suits.
and the funny man. The funny haha man.
Yeah, of course. The jokey boy.
Yeah, the goofy boy.
He's a jokester.
I'll throw out another that I thought was good. Florence Pugh in Little Women.
Yes.
And Saoirse in Little Women.
Yes.
I don't know if Awkwafina for whatever reason it didn't get nominated and Saoirse wins, I won't be upset. But
yeah, I mean Renee Zellweger's gonna win.
She's gonna win.
Dude, do you really think she will?
Hey, you guys remember what they did last year?
That's true. Glenn Close.
That's my hope. But then they might give it to Scarlett Johansson.
I think Scarlett Johansson also might win, which would be okay. I know Theo said this so long ago, but I remember it. I've contained it in the back of my mind, and he was like, "How big of like a middle finger will it be if Scarlett Johansson wins and Awkwafina is not nominated?"
Oh.
And
you
here
cursed
we are.
us, Theo.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I really don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna win for either of the ones she's up for. So I think it's Saoirse for sure.
Like Laura's
no.
that.
I hope Florence gets that, but
I think Laura Dern's gonna win supporting for sure.
Yeah, the one I was gonna throw out too as a positive, because I think I was a little worried about this one because I don't know if everybody was paying attention to it, and unfortunately, I think it was between these two. So Taryn unfortunately didn't make it, but if we're talking positives, Antonio Banderas got nominated.
He did.
Woo!
Which was cool.
Yeah, no, I am glad Antonio got in.
Yeah.
And Pain and Glory also. I think that's the only nominee it got. So
besides
international film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Positive.
I feel like if there was like a color award, it deserved that. Because it
was so colorful.
Yeah.
I think there should be like a lighting award.
There really
with like cinematography.
Just make 50 awards and then only show the ones that like the regular people care about. I'm fine with that. I know other people
make a technical Oscars.
Yeah.
Just technical categories.
And then have the technical people come hang out. Talk as long as they want. Don't play them off.
No. Just let them talk about their craft.
Did y'all watch the Jimmy Kimmel Oscars? Like actually watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you remember the whole bit he did? He's like, if you make your speech the shortest, you win a
then you can win a ski boat.
I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that was fucked up.
Was that his?
Really
I thought that was. Wait, I thought that was last year, wasn't it? Or
no, last year there was no host.
Yeah, there was no host.
That was with Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah.
Okay,
Because I forget who it was, but it was someone. It was one of the technical categories, and like he was just like, "Thank you," and then sat back down.
I know, and then he got it.
Wow. Yeah, they're like, he's probably gonna win the Sea-Doo.
Yeah, I was like, it's not gonna be an actor doing this. It's definitely gonna be one of the technical people that don't like make money.
I mean, I actually don't really listen to any of the things that they say in the middle. I listen to some of the speeches, but like anything else, I don't pay attention to when it's going on.
Yeah, I really liked that there wasn't a host last year because there wasn't any of that nonsense.
I think they did it really good last year.
Yeah, I agree.
A weird thing. Who was that? I think it was Brian Tyree Henry was up there with Melissa McCarthy in like a cat suit. And I don't know, they just tried ridiculous things that didn't feel like I'm just not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel. But,
no, same, yeah.
Another positive one. I think he was probably considered, I don't know, maybe some people considered him a lock. I was a little worried because I think he was getting a little bit forgotten. But Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Pacino, Pesci, and Pitt were like the three like certainties. Even Hopkins to a certain extent. And it was just nice to see Hanks be Hanks get that spot.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Oops.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, how dare you? He's really good.
I have a positive though. Knives Out for original screenplay.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised at that. I honestly had no idea if Knives Out would like get mentioned or not, so it was kind of cool to see that it did at least.
Yeah.
I predicted that it would get a screenplay nom, so I'm happy that my predictions were right. I have a positive. Honeyland
for editing.
Oh yes.
Sorry to interject on Honeyland. Continue.
Oh, sorry. Honeyland got documentary and international film. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, I know this sounds weird, but can documentaries get nominated for other categories? I guess I didn't know that.
They.
I mean, it just did. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's interesting.
North Macedonia. Hey,
it is. I really like that film. I'm a little upset because that spot should have gone as something like Atlantic's, but that's cool.
No, actually, I thought that Honeyland would get it, but what was the one that was surprising, like Corpus Christi or something?
Oh, yeah.
That one took Atlantic's spot.
I've never even heard
a lot
of
awards nominees. And
well,
I don't think anybody's seen it.
Yeah, it seems like it's a very, very, very limited release.
I just looked it up. It comes out in June for us.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in agreement though with Theo, because I think they could, like, I feel like a lot of people will hear about these things for the first time, so then they'll go watch them. Like, that's what I do. So I think it's better to like maybe give it to something else. But I mean, it's people voting, so it's not really anything we can do. But I think it would just be better to have as much diversity as possible.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is that I feel like people don't look at the documentary, or people like overlook the documentary category. So I feel like it being here, like more people will definitely check out Honeyland, just because I feel like people see the documentary category, unfortunately, and are like, oh, that's homework. So
I guess I'm always super interested in documentary stuff.
Sure.
And they're usually pretty accessible at a certain point. So
I'm not gonna lie, the Oscars have been doing a trend recently where they don't nominate the front runner for documentary, and it's always like wild.
Rip Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. I was really surprised that didn't get nominated at all.
Yeah, like I haven't even seen it, but
I haven't seen
getting so much buzz. I was like, "Where's Apollo 11?"
I mean, they did that last year too.
Yeah,
there was like
My Neighbor.
There was like two or there was a couple more, I think, too, last year. Like, I just remember there was a couple docs that came out last year. And
Minding the Gap?
Yeah, 3 Identical Strangers.
Oh yeah, that was the one. Minding the Gap. Did Minding the Gap win? Or was it
no, Free Solo won.
Free Solo won.
Free Solo was amazing.
It was really
Minding
good.
the Gap was amazing, and Won't You Be... Documentaries are great.
But yeah, I feel like every year the Oscars, like, snub the documentary that's winning a lot of early awards. Like,
it's really weird.
I had this feeling that they were going to snub Apollo 11.
It might just be the timing, because that came like I know that
like in June, yeah.
Won't You Be My Neighbor came out like in early summer of last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember when Apollo 11 came out.
It came out really early. But yeah, it's weird.
I'm pretty sure it came out in maybe even like May. I actually can't remember now.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty early too.
I have another little shout out, little positive. The team, I forget which, I'd actually have to, I believe it's Peter Ramsey, produced this short, and surprisingly got nominated. Peter Ramsey, let me just check and see that I have this right. Yeah, Peter Ramsey. He made this, or he produced this short called Hair Love.
Yes.
And it got nominated.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited too.
It's really good. Yeah. The directors, Bruce Smith, Matt H. Cherry. They're just, I don't know. It's just like a cute short. Also, sorry, Everett Downing Jr. But yeah, no, it's just a really well made short. Just more stuff like that is awesome. And the fact the Oscars were like, hey, we're gonna nominate it. I was like,
yeah,
yay.
I saw a tweet that I forget the first guy you named. He made a tweet in 2012 that said, like, one day I'm gonna be nominated for an Oscar, just you wait. And then, like, he retweeted it today and was like, I was right.
Oh my god,
that's cool. Flex. I love it.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
And now I have more. I haven't seen. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen the other short films in the animated category.
Kitbull's really good.
Okay, I'll have to check these out because I looked at like.
I think Kitbull's on Disney Plus.
Ooh.
Because it's like one of the Disney shorts in their shorts program or whatever.
I have a little bit of a theory, Margot. I don't know if you're ready for this. If you have your tinfoil hat on,
I'm ready.
But there's a short film that came out. I forget what it's called. But it's a Pixar short film. And my theory, I guess Anjali's just watched Kitbull. That's so weird that you brought that up.
It's really good.
Yeah, but my theory is that I can pull up the name in a second, that there was not a short in front of Toy Story 4 because whatever this short that got released on Disney Plus wasn't ready yet.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Did I just blow your mind?
Is that what Kitbull is? Is that
no, I don't think that's Kitbull.
Kitbull was made. Disney and Pixar have like specific programs for like their animators to make shorts and stuff.
They don't
for, like,
intermingle.
Cool. Oh, okay, yeah.
Let me find it. Interesting. I found it. It's called Wind. It's by Edwin Chang. Really neat short film. Yeah, that's on Disney Plus too. So.
Oh, I have something to watch now on Disney Plus.
You do. It's only like 8 minutes. So.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, no. Bunch of positives is another positive. I get to watch all these short films now.
Yeah. All the documentary shorts had really cool names.
They did. That one long one.
Did. Oh man. Visual effects.
1917. Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably. I know we're doing positives. This is probably like the weakest category. I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just because Lion King, like everybody who's seen that has told me it's an achievement. But Margot, technically an animated movie is getting nominated for other categories, which is what you wanted.
I know, but like
so now we're here.
This isn't what I want.
This isn't it. This isn't it.
I meant like a stylized animated movie, not a movie.
I know.
I mean,
a movie that's brutal.
They'll probably give it to the Irishman, right?
The VFX company closed down.
They'll give it to Endgame.
I think Irishman's gonna get it.
I don't know. There's just something that feels like, oh, hey, this is like the one commemorative to be like, hey, you're done. Like the Oscars are done nominating Avengers movies, so this is your send off, I guess.
Did Infinity War win last year?
I think it did, if I remember correctly.
I think it did too.
Let me.
Was there any space movie that came out last year?
Solo, I think.
First Man.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, did they give it to First Man?
First Man.
I don't think so.
Oh, First Man sucked.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I can't say.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I love that movie. I love that movie so much.
I'm sorry.
Of the half of it I've seen, it's definitely my least favorite Damien Chazelle movie.
Oh yeah, it's
so different though.
It's so different.
I know, and I don't like it. Sorry.
It's
but
like
I also haven't finished it, so.
It's like he was like, oh, I made a Tarkovsky film. Not that La La Land is Tarkovsky, but it's warm. And then he's like, time to make Kubrick, time to make a cold as fuck film. And I'm like,
well, it's like, yeah. Well, it's like the first one he didn't write himself, so.
Yeah, it's a really well made film. I'm just like, I really want to.
Visual effects went to First Man.
I think that's deserving. Yeah. I think that's deserving.
No, maybe they will give it to Endgame then.
The space looks
Infinity War
so good in First Man.
Whatever, just don't give it to Star Wars and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
The weird one last year. Look, the visual effects were fine in it. I'm not saying they were bad, but I thought Christopher Robin's inclusion was like, wait, what?
Oh yeah,
should have been Paddington.
Yeah, it should have been that sweet bear.
Favorite bear.
Here's one thing I'll throw out to y'all. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe I'll be really stupid after I say this, because it only got 6 nominees. But I feel like another positive is, again, the field's a little bit more wide open for Parasite to maybe win, and maybe that's me tricking myself, and I shouldn't do that. But I'll keep telling myself that till it happens, I guess.
I would love if that happened. I don't want to get my hopes up.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep really low hopes. Like I'm like at this point, Ford v Ferrari is gonna win Best Picture.
Honestly, like it's gonna be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
There's no way Ford v Ferrari wins.
I'm just trying to keep really low hopes. Hey,
yeah,
really unrealistically low hopes.
I just feel like that one is like the locked 10th place film or 9th place, I guess.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Okay, I know we're talking positive things, and like I guess I can spin it as positive. It's good the Oscars didn't nominate 8 films, but you have 10 slots.
I know.
Throw in the farewell.
It's the whole thing about it didn't get enough percentage of votes. That's why.
I know. I just wish they changed it to where they're like.
I agree for sure, but
especially because, like, the biggest thing that bothers me is like so many people now get to see all these films, even internationally. Like Angelis was talking to us, like, "Hey, we're gonna get Parasite because it got a Best Picture nominee." And like a ton of, I think AMC is the one that does a huge push for this, but they show all the they show all the Best Picture nominees. And I just feel like it would have gone a long way for something smaller like The Farewell, or even something, I don't know, like I don't even love The Lighthouse as much as other people, but even that, or like Honey Boy, or Won't You Be My Neighbor, literally anything.
Oh, I don't know. My positive was gonna be that like it's kind of the same thing. Like I'm happy that they got 9 in this year, because it not like it gives you hope, but like you just feel better about like if your favorite movie like wasn't in it, because like everything, because I didn't see Ford v Ferrari, so I can't say, but everything else that was nominated is in my top 10 besides Marriage Story.
Really?
But everything is in my top 10, and like it, I was happy that like Jojo Rabbit got nominated for that, and like screenplay. I don't think it deserved anything else it got nominated for, but I mean, I'm not sad that it didn't. It's my second favorite movie of the year, but like
I'm not gonna lie. So you're a big fan of JoJo, obviously.
Yeah.
Me and Lindsay talked about this on our JoJo review. That won Vancouver or Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh yeah.
Like the Populace. Do you think it has a chance for winning Best Picture?
No, I definitely don't. But I think it could. Let me look at the screenplay. It could possibly win screenplay. I forgot. I have to look at both the screenplay
Little
categories.
Women's probably gonna beat JoJo. Is the only thing I'd say for that.
Yeah, probably.
No,
I actually think Little Women should beat Jojo Rabbit, but I'm actually not certain it will.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I guess.
Like I said, I kind of play this thing where I think that a lot of these major things will win something, and I think Little Women should have score knockdown. I hope lockdown. I hope so, but possibly not. And I really am pulling for
Joker's
Florence
getting scored
too.
for that.
Oh, man, me too. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I would
really
love
hope
if Laura
not.
Dern won as well.
Yeah.
But I also love Florence. I'm honestly fine with like a lot of these acting categories. I'm like fine with a lot of them winning. So it's like really hard.
Well, that's my other positive, is like, at least for me personally, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be like super, super disappointed.
Okay, I'm going to throw one thing out just because I don't want to see it, and that's why. If Bombshell wins either of the actress categories, I'm going to be a little upset. Just
yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
I
don't think it'll happen.
It just upsets me so much because, again, like, I feel like people aren't necessarily going to be talking about that, and that's very clearly a movie. It's similar to Richard Jewell, even, that like was rushed out to win awards, and it's being rewarded.
Well, for me, I'll be disappointed. I'm only disappointed when people get like legacy awards. I don't agree with those for sure.
I agree.
If they gave it, obviously, like, I'm pretty sure Renee's got it locked down, but I would love it, and like, if she didn't win, but that's just me.
I feel like there's less of that too, and even more so, like I forget who won last year, but
it's Olivia Colman that won.
Yeah, Olivia Colman.
That's why I said I think Saoirse has a really good chance, or Scarlett, but I really don't want Scarlett to win. But
same.
But no, I think that they could do the same thing they did last year and give it to Saoirse, hopefully. But
yeah, I just feel like it's more in the open. Like even Joaquin Phoenix, I know obviously he's fresh off the Golden Globes win, but he wasn't against DiCaprio. I think all the other nominees were the same. But I feel like even Driver like has a chance to steal the Oscar from him. I think it's a three-man race. I unfortunately Banderas should be in the conversation, but I just don't.
I haven't seen that movie, but I think probably for sure.
Check it
Actually,
out
I don't want to talk about the actor category, but
check it out if you can, because I don't know, he's really interesting because I feel like the director gave him a script and he was like, hey, this is gonna ask a lot from you, and he just like owns when he's on screen. So that's like the biggest thing. I just feel like that's being overlooked a little bit.
yeah, I'll definitely see it, like, for sure. It looks great.
But yeah, no, I hope what you were saying earlier does come to fruition, because that's always what I like to see, is when they're handing out awards to multiple categories, just to like spread it out more. Also, the one thing I'll throw out, look, I get Joker's fairly controversial, and like even I'm a little perplexed. It got 11 nominees and the Oscars love it. The only thing I'm gonna throw out, there's tons of people that are like, oh, so Joker's really the Green Book of this year, huh? And I'm like,
no.
I feel like they're not on the same level. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the movie, but like Green Book had like the direct, like, hey, this movie has direct problems with like the source material and not honoring the legacy of this real life person. And then on top of that, like all the awards people getting up, or the people that won getting up there and not thanking anyone when they won, or not thanking the artist when they won Best Picture. I feel like that literally can't happen, because what are they going to do? They're just going to be like, we really do live in a society.
Well, I think Joker's just in a really unfortunate spot, because I really love the film also, but like, I understand why people don't like it too.
For sure.
But it's just like, and also I already knocked out 5 nominations that it shouldn't have got, really. But, but like, yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think it's gonna win anyway. But
the way I was comparing it in terms of like subtlety of the Joker being like nominated is like how Bohemian Rhapsody was nominated for Best Editing because it has the most noticeable editing. Was like that's how Joker is getting nominated for a lot of things.
That makes sense.
It's like, look, he's wearing makeup.
Makeup and hairstyle.
Also, I'm not like 100% sure, but I just feel like I could be totally wrong because I don't actually look at stats or anything. But like, isn't it most of the time whatever gets nominated the most doesn't win Best Picture? Like, I'm pretty sure, right?
That sounds right, but I don't have the data to confirm that.
Like, I know like La La Land had like the most, I'm pretty sure, and it didn't win.
It had like
last year. I don't think okay, so Green Book won last year. It was only nominated for like 3 things, wasn't it?
Actually, I think A Star Is Born had a lot of nominations last year, and it didn't win like anything.
And Roma did. So I don't know. People, like I said, I think it's just a shame sometimes if like, there is a lot of Joker nominations that I don't think should be there and could be replaced, but overall, like, I don't think it's too big a deal. I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends, I guess.
Oh my gosh, Return of the King was nominated for 11 Oscars.
Yeah, that might be an exception, possibly.
Return of the King was nominated for 14.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
At most nominees, and it was Ben-Hur. There were only 3 that popped up, and it really didn't help. But yeah, no, I think that's it for Oscar talk. This is fun.
Yeah.
There was no one really like, meh.
Can I just say justice for Taron Egerton?
Yeah, justice for the
Can we also say Adam Sandler, please, for me?
Yeah. Before he destroys us all with the world's worst movie.
Hey, no, we're getting.
He says that like that hasn't been his entire career.
We're getting Grown Ups 3, and I'm elated.
There's gonna be like a Grown Ups box
set
coming
guys, don't snub me for an Oscar. I'll make a bad movie. That's the reason I'm making bad movies.
Also,
I swear.
Yeah. Kevin, it's just like Saoirse cutting her hair in Little Women. No, I'm making bad movies because we need money.
Oh my god, guys, it's crazy that you're making me make a bad movie.
You're making me do this. Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Here comes another one. Another
Kevin
Netflix
James
original.
in a movie. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, that's gonna do it for this. This will probably be a bonus episode podcast, probably. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. Bye.
Eh.
Bye.
Bye.